the out-of-towners, and we'll ask you for your town as well. So Weston residents, if you'd like to step forward.
Can we turn up the mic a little bit?
Well, can you make sure the microphone's up?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Paula Zipkins. I live on Godfrey Road East in Weston. And let me first start by saying I believe wholeheartedly that your hearts are in the right place with all of this. I think that your hearts were all in the right place with this. I think that your intentions are, very pure. What I do feel that Weston does have in common with Newtown is mental illness. What we've had is we've had suicides, we've had domestic violence, we've had violence against children in our school system. A lot of these issues are not addressed properly and are pushed under the rug. And we, as a society, pretend they don't exist. We whisper them behind closed doors. And we try and think that by having greater regulations on the books of gun control, that we can stop those things. Well, I can attest to you, someone who's mentally ill doesn't care about the law. They don't care. They don't. Until we are able to address that. I have a friend whose son is 19 years old and was just diagnosed with schizophrenia. It is devastating to their family. They live in Southport, Connecticut. And after he was released from Silver Hill and given some pills, they said, well, there's a group session he can meet with down in Stamford. Good luck. Good luck. He's not a violent boy, but I don't know if he's going to comply with his meds. Neither does his mom. He's 19. His parents both work. They are not experts in this field. They need help. They need more than a diagnosis and a release from Silver Hill. They need their community to step up and decide if this child needs supervision. That is where we need to address this problem. Adam Lanza is as tragic as all of those little children. He may have turned into a monster that day, but he was a loved child at some point. And until someone addresses that issue, we are all at fault in society.
My name is Ellen Strauss. Can you hear me? I practice law, and I have lived.
Could you just give us your street, please?
Oh, sure. Ladderhill Road North. I've lived there for 43 years. I've had a gun permit for approximately 30 years. I was fingerprinted, background checked. I had a written exam, every exam, proficiency, whatnot. The reason I'm upset, and I do, by the way, agree with that speaker as well as what the president has put forth, is that as I walked in here tonight, I heard from two separate people, reliable people, who were in the media, that my name has been published in the newspaper as having a carrying permit in Westchester. And I'm really annoyed because now I'm a target. My gun is because I've been doing it for 30 years. I did a lot of domestic violence in my practice, and it was for self-protection. Now I have to have cameras, and now that my name's been published in the newspaper, I know people can look it up and they can go on the internet, but I'm really annoyed about that. Thank you.
My name is Ron Weston. I've been in town 25 years on Cindy Lane. It was about 22 years ago that I initiated the target shooting law because one of my neighbors complained about my target shooting, even though she was way out of range. I went and I talked to her, and I was sensitive to her feelings. And as a gun owner, I think we should be sensitive to our neighbors' feelings about using our weapons. I'm also a certified gas technician. I have to be recertified every 3 years. I have to take a test. I've been a gun owner for over 25 years. I've owned guns for over 40 years. There's no recertification. There's no testing. I feel that there should be mandatory range time for anybody who has a handgun. If you own a handgun, you have to know how to use it. It can't sit in the drawer, okay, and you're gonna think you're gonna pull it out and save somebody's life. The other issue I have is with this ordinance, section B under 7848, I think it is. 3. I can fire my weapon to protect my person or my property. Does that mean I can't fire my weapon to protect my children or my wife or my neighbor?
That's one of the reasons why we need to take a look at this ordinance and revisit it, because you're absolutely right. Thank you for your comments.